So congratulations on bringing your dream project to the screen.
Thank you.
I mean, do you view it as that? I mean, I think looking from afar, you say you can see this as the movie that you always wanted to make. But did you always want this to be the film?
No, today I feel more like someone who decided to go around the world with his boat, and today I see the coast. After turning around the earth, finally now I see the coast, and I'm like, whew, I made it. You know, that's more how I feel, in fact. I mean, the souvenir of Valerian when I was a kid is so far, you know, so far. The kid who was reading Valerian doesn't want to make a film about it. It's only Luc, adult, who wants to make a film about it.
Did you ever think back to the kid that you were at the time and whether or not he would enjoy the film if this is, were you worried about disappointing your childhood self?
First I talk with him often, because I know him pretty well. He's a nice kid. And we have a lot of conversation together. You know, there's a philosopher who said that the child is the father of the man. Everything that the man knows, it's the child who teach him. So, and I respect my father. And my father is this little boy. So I think I made the film for him, in fact. So I hope you enjoy it.
Is this, I mean,
he better enjoy it or I slam him.
I mean, did you have the same relationship with your childhood self with all of your films? Or is it really this one that it's come to the forefront?
No, what's interesting is my boy is 11, so he's almost have the same age, and so it's very interesting to see how he went through the adventure of Valerian, because he read the comic book like 2 years ago, and he sees the first images, and now he have seen the film. So it's very, very strange for me to see that.
And this isn't a film that obviously came together overnight. It went through many iterations. You had the idea in your head for many years, and there was an original script that you threw out completely. So what was different about that original script?
It was not good enough. That's all.
What was it missing, do you think? How do you view a script as good enough?
I'm going to take an example, like very, very easy to understand. You're a race runner, and you run and you progress, and then you have the feeling that, yeah, you're pretty good. You watch your time, and every week you make it better, and there's a certain moment you feel that, yeah, maybe I can go to the Olympic game because I feel good. And then you watch TV and you see Usain Bolt, and then you say, I'm not going to go this year. I'm going to go in 4 years because this guy is too strong, and you know, he won't even see me during the race. And sometimes I think it's worth it and wise to say, I'm going to work 4 more years, and I hope I will be ready in 4 years. And that's exactly what happened to me. The script was not bad, but it was just not good enough. That's all.
I know Avatar was a huge moment for you as far as knowing that Valerian could come to life. And you spoke with James Cameron about it, and he gave you advice. What was the advice that he gave you on shaping what Valerian became?
It's not like specific advice. It's just like before we met, before he invited me on the set of Avatar, for me in my head, these kind of things are just impossible to do. And by watching him doing it, and to see how technical and practical and organized it was, it makes it human. Like a normal human being can do it. He's a pretty normal guy. He's a bright brain and very bright and intelligent, but he's not a god. He's a man making a film. So suddenly it looks human. It looks like, oh, okay, if I'm well organized and if I take my time, it's feasible. But before to come on the set, it was just impossible to make for me. So he makes it human, in fact.
And with big budget projects like this, a lot of times you see that a filmmaker needs a gigantic star to get something made, to get the budget that they wanted. I mean, I think, if I'm to say, it's bold that you went to make the exact cast that you wanted, you know, the people that you wanted to be in this film. So how did you go about putting together this diverse cast? I mean, people you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in a project like this, from Herbie Hancock to Cara to Rihanna.
Because there's something wrong in what you said at the beginning. You said that when you have such a budget, the director is obliged to take a star. No, not the director. The financial people won't push you to take it, but not the director. The director always wants the best person for his cast. So I have a role, and for me, the main question is, who is the best guy in town to play Valerian? And believe me, I've seen a lot of them, and I've seen them on test, on pictures. The only one that I really fall in love and I said, yes, that's Valerian for me, was Dane DeHaan. So I take him, I choose him. So after, is he popular, is it not popular? Doesn't matter, you just have to work with it. Okay, is it practical? No. And so what? I'm not going to take the best guy because he's not practical? It doesn't make sense. Today, this year, we have seen many, many films with huge stars who were paid 20 millions, and the film flops. So no one has a guarantee. The only thing that we should guarantee is that that's the best person for the part. That's all.
And Cara Delevingne, I know you put her through rigorous testing in order to make sure that she was the person that was right for this role. So what exactly was the testing that you put her through?
No, I can't tell you what are the tests because I don't want the future actresses or actors to know and be prepped. But it's some are regular exercise and some are more complex. But the goal, in fact, is to dig inside the actress to know what's inside, where is the emotion, how it's working inside her, how I can use it. If I ask her to shout, to cry, or to laugh, how long it's going to take me? Which way I should go to make her cry? To be sure that at least I know where are the button that I can push during the shooting. You know, you need to be able to read the person, because it's almost like you have a brand new car and the guy is explaining you all the buttons and, okay, this is the window, this is the fuel, this is, you know, you just have to learn and to be sure that everything is here. And Cara is a full tank. She has everything, so, and she's willing to give it. So it was tough for her, but very easy for me.
I mean, it's not hard to see why you wanted someone like Cara and why you wanted Rihanna, who's maybe the most iconic person on planet Earth right now. But what about her surprised you once you started working with her? Was she the person that she appears to be from afar?
The fact she's the goddess of soul is a handicap, in fact, because I don't use that. She's not singing in the film. She's not a superstar in the film. She has a specific role. So it's a handicap. And my concern with her is she wants to be in the film for the good reason or not? And she wants to be there for the good reason. The first thing she talked about, the first question she asked for me was, what's the part? And then we talk about Bubble. And then she gets seduced by Bubble. So she came on board for the right reason. She liked the character, she trusted me, she let me do my work. And then we went to a different space, you know, and she's the first one. She said, look, I'm a beginner. And coming from her, it's pretty funny because she's able to sing a cappella in the front of 20,000 people. But she knew that when it comes to acting and be directed by somebody else, she's brand new. She's a newcomer. And the shooting was, in fact, very simple.
I know you're not someone who watches every film that's out there. You don't feel obliged to keep up with everything in film. But are you someone who goes back and watches your own film? And do you find that you've changed as a filmmaker over the years in that process, if so?
No, I don't watch my. I'm not like watching my film, my art. No, what happened is sometimes I'm watching TV and I press the button and oh my God, Léon, and I say okay, stay 5 minutes, and most of the time I stay for an hour because they say oh my God, I forgot this. So that's how I see my film. It's really by hazard all the time, but never on purpose. And did I change through the time? Yeah, sure. I hope I change because I learn more. I'm not the same. You're not the same at 20 years old, at 30, at 40, 50. You're not the same person. So it's and I'm not an exception. We're all the same. We evolve with our time and our disillusion in love, and then you find the right woman, and then you do like a piece of time with the same woman, and you have kids, and you have a family. I mean, all these factors are not coming just to me, it's everyone. So I have outside of this crazy world in my head, I'm living a pretty normal life like all of us.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're really welcome.